A show that tackles the big issues affecting the BVI and the rest of the Caribbean. Searches for answers to today's big questions and gives viewers a unique perspective on developing stories. Follow the big story with me, Kathy Richards, only on JTV. This show is brought to you by the National Bank of the Virgin Islands, Cyril B. Ramney Tertola Pier Park, NV Salon Spa Nail and Barbershop, HOV Medical, and Digicel. Sign up for Digicel Plus Home Light Bundles, faster internet, movies, and sports. This is the big story. I'm Kathy Richards. I want to thank you so much for joining us for today's edition. In studio with me is the Minister for Education, Youth Affairs and Sports, Honorable Sharipi D. Castro. You know, I love to say the B. There's a nice song and rhythm in the B. D. Castro. How have you been?
I've been good. I appreciate you having me on. I've survived graduation season. It was a celebratory time. And I congratulate all our amazing students who would have achieved another level of academic success.
That'd be like close to 20 schools?
Yeah.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
All right, but graduation tells us that there is a time now for kids to be on a break, be home for summer, but there's also that need for us to keep them engaged in so many ways. And I understand the Ministry of Education now has a new initiative where we want to keep the kids engaged, so let's talk about that.
Yeah, so we're excited. We returned the Department of Youth Affairs and Sports annual summer camps last year for the first time after a decade. It was extremely successful. However, we catered to, I think it's up to age 12. This year, for the first time, we're doing a summer camp that caters for the age range of 13 to 18.
Wow.
And it's specific to this whole robotics, coding, artificial intelligence dynamic that we've been pushing as we move full steam ahead. Of course, we started in September of last year a new course in secondary school, grades 7 to 9, called STEAM Innovations, where the young people have been able to actually, within the curriculum, really engage with robotics and coding, and it's been an exemplary opportunity, and the class performance has been through the roof. The excitement, the engagement has been amazing. And so during the summer months, for 2 weeks, starting on next Monday from the 15th to the 26th, we have the Robo Mindset Summer Camp. It's open to all students from both public and private schools. Registration can be found on the Ministry of Education's page, or you could come to the Ministry of Education at the Quickies building to register. It's just a $60 registration fee for that 2-week camp, and it's going to be amazing.
Okay, well, to understand, to hear that it's for both the private and public, the private and
Yes.
public secondary students, what comes to mind is the resources to man this wide span of students in this particular area.
So I'm glad you brought that up, right? The ministry has been collaborating with the private sector, and I want to really thank Unite BVI. Unite BVI has stepped up, and they're funding, assisting with funding this summer camp, which is completely vital to the reality. You know, government and private sector working together provides miracles and opportunities, and so it is a subsidized program by government and Unite BVI. So the $60 fee is just a registration fee, and we're really excited about it because the reality is that all young people are interested in these things.
Oh, yeah. It's a new era.
It is. And instead of them just being users of technology, we want them to be creators of technology. The camp will take place at the Elmo South High School. Also very key to this is we've partnered with the OECS Robotics Association.
Okay.
So coming out of the World Robotics Championships in Singapore last year, we met the St. Kitts and Nevis Robotics Association, and the impetus for the OECS Robotics Association was formed. So almost just about a year ago. And we've been collaborating. They were here on the ground with us just a few months ago, during Education Week. They did some workshops, they did some engagement. It was absolutely stellar. And so they'll be back on the ground with us as the experts who've been involved in this much longer than we have, and they'll be assisting with the actual execution of the project. And so we're extremely excited about that.
Awesome. How do we cater for the students of Virgin Gorda, Yas Van Dyke, and Anegada?
So good question. I mean, up front we've said it. It's open to all students. So the ministry will be paying the cost of transportation. If there are individuals from the sister islands who want to come over, we are paying the ferry fee, and we'll be having transportation provided from the ferry dock to the school location. So parents would not have to worry about that at all. We want everybody to have access to the opportunity because we believe the interest is there and it should not just be limited to Tortola. Of course, based on the logistics, we have the camp in Tortola, based on the technical expertise, based on the reality of the technology and safeguarding it. But we are providing the transportation so that persons can come if they want to.
Awesome. But some people might say, 18-year-olds, 17-year-olds, they should be in summer programs. They should be attached to some place to take them out into the world of work. Why you thought it was necessary, or you and your team thought it was necessary to go to that age?
So it's from 13 to 18. And there's a reality that the type of skills and the digital literacy that you learn, depending on the type of profession that you want to get into, it's mandatory. I mean, there's just a reality that the critical thinking, the problem solving, the creation, the innovation, the collaboration skills that the workforce is needing, you learn it through these means. It's not only that. The students who attend this camp, some of the students will be selected to go to Athens, Greece, to the World Robotics Competition in September of this year. So we're having the camp and we're using it as the opportunity to assess and to look at the talents and the interest of the individuals who come. And out of the camp, we will be selecting the individuals who will represent the Virgin Islands in Athens, Greece at the World Robotics Championships.
Okay, it's a 2 weeks program as it is right now. Based on the number of persons who would register and want to participate, is there any likelihood that we go, extend for another 2 weeks, or we do another location where we got another team? What are the possibilities?
So really at this point, it's really, we cater to 100 young people.
Oh.
And so it's first come, first serve. You have to go, you have to apply, you have to pay the small fee, and you will secure your spot for your child or for yourself into the camp. And so at this point, it's full-blown 2 weeks, 100 people, and then we'll see as we progress forward. There'll be much more opportunities. But for the first time, we have this opportunity during the summer for the 2-week period, and I'm really hoping that persons take great advantage of it because there's a reality. The students who went to Singapore last year, their lives have been changed forever. The perspective that they would have gained, the relationships that they would have built, the camaraderie, the shared reality of going across the wall and seeing the world in a completely different light. The reality is that, when you consider some of these places, I remember we went to Singapore, we went into the restaurant, and the relevance of what they were doing was so real to them because there was a robot serving us our lunch. And so the reality is it's not play. This summer camp is not about play. It's about the reality of learning the skills that allow us to become a part of an industry that is booming, artificial intelligence. It's through the roof. We see it, we feel it in everything that we do, and all young people, I want them to have the opportunity to be at the forefront of that change.
Okay, and all the things for summer program. We have the usual summer program going again this year.
Yeah, so we have the usual summer program. That starts today, and it's for the entire month. I think it finished on August 2nd. And so that is for students from 5 to 12, and they engage in the youth camp. They also have the sports side of it and the STEAM side of it. So we've actually merged the camp this year. Usually it was youth separate, STEAM separate, sports separate. And so because we want the young people to get a feel of all the different things, I mean, they'll be doing basketball, softball, archery, tennis, you name it. There's a host of things that they've been able to select from. So it whets the appetite. They get to taste it and really see what they want to do and develop it. And of course, the historical things, they'll be making some of our cultural foods, ready to make sure that we have that culture and heritage aspect of it. And then STEAM, they'll be innovating, they'll be creating, they'll be, of course, also getting the academic side in terms of just ensuring that we don't have learning loss over the summer. But it's a critical time. I know parents often don't want their kids to be unchallenged or unattended. And so we create the environment and the atmosphere for a very small fee. I believe government must invest in young people, and this is one of the ways that we're doing it.
Awesome. I think this is great. glad to see that, we're moving with the trending times. We're keeping abreast. We're not going to wait back and then say, oh, we're way behind in technology and our kids are, left back with the rest of the world while the rest of the world moves ahead. So I compliment you and your team for what you are doing there. Great work within the Ministry of Education. So I want to encourage you to get your kids involved. If you're a young person and capable, you're 18 and you can make that decision for yourself, grab hold, know what you love. And I'm always an advocate for community support. If you know of a child whose parents may not be able to find that $60, let's put, 3 persons could put $20 each and sponsor a child. So let's help our young people to advance in this era as we move forward in this world we live in. Once again, Honorable Castro, it's been a pleasure. I know there's so much within education to talk about, but we look forward to the new year 2024, 2025, and we'll talk about that at a different forum and a different
Most definitely.
time.
And thank you for having me. And I want to encourage the parents as well as the young people as well. Get involved. This is an amazing opportunity. I tell people all the time, it's a blessing to carry your country's flag on your chest or to hold the flag in your hand and represent the Virgin Islands. And while we are going into the reality of the Olympics, literally, we have Olympics in a few weeks. And when you consider the World Robotics Championships, it is the Olympics for robotics. That's exactly how it's the same rules, same. And BVI, we get to attend because we are a part of the Olympics as well. And so it speaks to the reality that where we have sports, where we have academics, there's also robotics, there's also the arts and the sciences and different areas that once we create the opportunity and the platform for our young people, they can advance. So I just want to encourage everybody, please sign up for the Robo Mindset Summer Camp. If you have any questions, reach out to the Ministry of Education, come to the Quickies building on the 3rd floor, and we'll be able to engage with you, give you the details, and get your child signed up. The deadline for registration is the end of this week on Friday, and the camp starts on the 15th, on Monday. So look forward to seeing everybody there.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Minister. And thank you for the pleasure of your time. I'm Kathy Richards.
We know that where you choose to bank matters, and it is your vote on what your funds do in strengthening our community. As your official Bank of Paradise, we invest and support the lifeblood of our economy by helping in the realization of personal goals for homeownership, education, and entrepreneurial visions, which support small businesses. We make it our place to connect with persons and worthy causes, and we have been doing so for more than 30 years. Where your money goes and what your dollars empower are your choice. And we thank you for choosing us, a bank that gives where it matters the most, for you, for our community, and a happier tomorrow. The National Bank of the Virgin Islands.
Are you searching for new home decor items that reflect the season's latest trends? Look no further than Right Way Home. From cushion sets to decorative vases, we have unique pieces to suit every style and budget. Discover your right find at the right price, only at Right Way Home and Right Way Stores.